Hey, hello everybody, and welcome with Speedy or John, whatever you decide. So today we are gonna do Le Mans Ultimate Livery, a step-by-step guide. So to say, if you ever open the livery editor, you just stare blank at the screen and just freeze. Well, same here when I first opened it. I mean, Gran Turismo was fun and games to do liveries pretty easy at some point, unless you wanted 15 kilobytes SVG files. But yeah, on this one, I mean, artistic stage fright hits hard a bit, I guess. Anyway, zero inspiration when you start this for the first time. Even though I have my livery for a long, long time, I didn't know where I want to end up, but it was difficult. But we're not going to use a lot of keyboard shortcuts. Uh, and we're also not going to cry over blank template. I mean, why would we? So this is the welcome to I have no idea what the heck I'm doing, but let's wing it edition. So yeah, not pretend to be a design god, far off. I do use Photoshop for 17 years with photography. It's a whole different type of stuff I do with photography than what I do for livery. So for the people that actually come over here, click this video and say to themselves, I don't know where even to start. Well, don't run. Grab a bag of chips, grab Coca-Cola, sit down, just relax. Put some music on in the background while you're listening to me explaining all of this. And we'll do no speed run. We'll just do the basic steps, real-time process, and we'll figure it out together. And if it turns out questionable, well, at least it ain't those boring normal ones, right? Let's go and let's make chaos look like intentional. Let's go. So, you want this looking like this, but end up like this. Well, like I said, got a bag of chips, Coca-Cola, and let's dive into this one. So today we're going to start with the Lexus. First of all, we're going to put on the wireframe. We do have regions if we want. I do not use region files. In my opinion, too difficult for everything. So yeah, I'm not going to use that. So this basically, you see that one, we are going to go to Le Mans and go and press the liveries. Gonna create a new car just for the GT3 and the Lexus. Yes, so this is what happens when a Corvette livery it's a Lexus. Yeah, that's not something we want. Let me just fix that. So first step of livery saving is go save as, click Targa, go to Steam apps, common Mons Ultimate User liveries, and save it as customskin.pga. Once you've done that, just reload in the game. And look at that. That's our blank canvas. That's where we're starting. So on normal cars, they already show you carbon pieces. Apparently on this one, they don't. So we'll have to figure out which parts we want carbon, which parts we don't want carbon. So for this one, I want the inlays of the hood carbon. Maybe this part as well, those carbon. The canners I want carbon, front flip I want carbon, side skirts I want carbon. Maybe we call them louvres something in carbon. I think about that's gonna be it. And spoiler. So normal cars, I will show you this first. So let me just open this one and you will see, like, for example, let's take the McLaren. On the McLaren, you see you have a map called Carbon. I'm already doing this one one more thing. So yeah, we don't have that one on Lexus. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna right click. Oh, no, sorry. On the bottom, right. Click the map icon and make a new group. We're gonna move that one just above the base. We're gonna call it, you guessed it, Carbon. Sweet. Now, to take a look what we want Carbon, we want a spoiler, we want the spoiler arms to be Carbon. So this is the difficult part of figuring out where everything is. What we can do is basically, we can, if we want, make a full new layer, if we really want to do that, put it below the wireframe and start taking the rectangular tool and doing things like this and color them to find where it is. But this one, we're not gonna do that. But you can if you want. So for this one, we're gonna use common sense. So we click the Carbon thing and we click the plus new layer. We want to find the spoiler part. So if you click the layer, you can rename it. So you have two ways. First way, poly lasso tool, shortcut poly lasso tool. I mean, it's poly mate, whatever, or the pen tool. For this, I'm gonna use the poly tool, which can be found like right there. Polygonal lasso tool. You can just click it or press the L on the keyboard if you really want a shortcut. But we're not gonna use shortcuts for this. And we're gonna start searching. So for this one, it's not really difficult to find where the spoiler is. Hello, spoiler. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take that tool, and if you stay below the green lines from that other item, you can just go around it without an issue. If you press shift, you can always gonna have a straight line. Put your basics. And then you go till you see like small circle to close it off. I like to take my paint bucket tool and just paint it. You'll see later what we're gonna do with that. You might be thinking, what's doing? Don't mind it. Something else I know that's a spoiler. Looks like two LP's arms. But going back, I see them like right here. So since this is still for the spoiler, we're gonna take the polygon tool again, and we're gonna move around it. There we go. And this is the blank plate from the side of the spoiler, so we're instantly taking that one with us as well. It's only one side, so we need 3 other parts, but we'll find it. So now we need that other part. Where is the other plate? Do we know what we are looking for? Oh, found it. Right here. So for now, I think that's a spoiler. So we're gonna make a new layer again. You can also right click and press new layer. And we're gonna call that one the side skirt. Because of course, we found the side skirts. Now, do we do the little piece in the front as well or not? I might do it. We'll see how that turns out. Escape. I wasn't paying attention. Here we go. Just in between the green lights, green lines. There we go. Sweet. And we're gonna paint that one as well. Now on the bottom, of course, we do have another side skirt. Unless the driver has crashed the car and there is no side skirt. But other than that, I think it might be good. Staying between those green edge lines. I think also seeing like little issue from the game itself. Like this one is gray. But I didn't paint this one gray. Oh, that's very strange for them to do. See? That's sometimes you have it in this thing. I don't not listen to music or anything, so I don't know why I have it on. But yeah, they kind of forgot. So I might be solving that one of going here and maybe paint it like that. No. Okay. No worries, we'll keep it in mind. Because yeah, see that there it's red. Anyway, for this one, what I like to do, instead of doing separately, click the group, right click it, and then go to blending options, go to the pattern overlay, and I'm using, and shout out to this guy for making this, Peter Plastic, Carbon Fiber 2 by Peter Plastic. You select light carbon, harder carbon, so that one. I like to use dark carbon. Aside from that, you can also make the carbon look like, this is 6%, I like to be between 3 and 6%, but you can do it like really big, this looking like nothing. In my case, I'm using 6% and pressing OK. Once we've done that, you'll see everything that we colored already in carbon will be carbon. So. Then we're gonna save copy. Go to target. Oh, click deliveries. Yeah, I made a shortcut. I mean, pretty basic stuff. Most of it can use a computer. If not, let me know in the comments and I'll send you a link where you can see it. Not that hard. Oh, just click custom skin, replace it. Yes. And back to LMU. We're gonna press reload. And boom, there we go. We got carbon side skirts on both sides. We do need to find those little louver holes. And we also need one panel, because we forgot one apparently. So that's interesting. So let's find that one. Oh, there we have it. We're clicking back on the spoiler, going back to our poly tool, and boom, just circle that one around. Yep. And take the paint bucket tool and boom. Carbon. Okay. So, what I also seen is other spoiler parts, and this part over here. Those are these. So for the spoiler parts though, I'm gonna take my tool. First I'm gonna zoom in so you can see it better. Sorry. But poly tool again, and we circle around it. you can see, we now circled this one again, and we're gonna play the paint bucket tool and do the same again. Now for the side skirts, we still do have these pieces here, so again, polygon tool and circle around in between the green lines. But don't miss out, we did click the side skirts layer, because I want everything stacked a bit together. Paint bucket, and we'll paint that one. Now for the top one, we do same thing. And there we go. Paint bucket tool, painted, and done. Now also something that we did want is carbon mirrors. So let's find where the mirrors are. That's gonna be like a little bit more difficult, because they're not that straightforward and easy. We can do this one as well. Something I do like is the side windows. They're normally plates as well, so back to the polygon tool. I always start with the carbon first, guys. That's, I mean, it's easier to do that one when you already know where you're at. That's where the fuel gap is. There we go. Paint bucket this one. Perfect. Then we go to the other side. Yes, we have one there as well. And done. So this car does not need a lot of carbon. But going back to LMU, I want to see how the mirrors look like. So they look like a little bit squarey. So I might start thinking it's gonna be these. So I'm gonna do this and call it mirrors. And this, guys, I think for me, this is just a gamble. I've been doing a lot of them. If you're unsure what you can do, I maybe show this one. So make a separate layer under the wireframe, take a paintbrush, and just paint something. I think this one as well, just paint it. I don't know what this is. So what I'm gonna do, instead of purple, I'm just gonna take like baby blue. Let's see what that is. And what that is. And I might take another color and see, oh, oops. And see what this is. Of course, if I take gray, it will not work. Yeah. Once you've done that, and that's on a separate layer, guys, so just click it off afterwards, so don't be afraid to use it. If it helps, it helps. There we go. So as you can see, we already got a side skirt piece here. The pieces, the L pieces we done are apparently from the spoiler section on the rear. So currently I don't see anything else besides that. So the the things I painted are not actually the ones we need. But we did find something else. I don't know if you call it that. I mean, something that's stuck in my head for years, so just call them that. But those basically are these ones. And we're gonna just paint them. It doesn't matter what color, because they're automatically going to this. So the other side, there will be the same things. Yep. So you can almost, and I say almost, not always, find the same parts on the other side. But it doesn't solve a problem because we do not have the mirrors. So, back to the drawing board. And currently I do not have an ID. But I'm gonna name this. Oh. Yeah. Army. Black Livers. I'm gonna take another layer and call it prompt. I don't even know that's actually a decent word for it. Let me Google that for you. But the ones here in front, you can see they placed them on a very good position because they're just next to it. And we're painting those as well. And same for the other side. Done. Okay. What I'm also gonna do is these things. And the reason why is because that's the part where those little things are in. That's the main part. Let's paint those as well. And these parts. What's that? Sweet. We still haven't found the mirrors, but we're getting there. So for now, I do miss a few pieces on this car. I missed the side one, plain one, the in-between ones. So looking back, these three look like it's that. So we're gonna take it on the side skirt layer and make it like this one. So this is a bit harder apparently because they're really close to each other, so don't be afraid to zoom in. I do think this part is also from that. We'll see that one later. First gonna go in between these green edge lines. There we go. Oops. I'm gonna take him for certainty. If it's not from that part, I can just easily remove it. So let's paint that one. Great. Of course, again, we have the other side, and that's actually the part that they forgot. This one. So let's take that one with us. Have no fear, we'll give you a little bit of color. Anyway, again, back to the green lines. There we go. I cannot color that one for some reason. If I do it like this, oh, if I remove the mask, it shows. So there is something in the mask that's wrong, and that's that. So that's mask adjustment already, guys. So don't keep yourself busy with that. You don't need to do that at all. But now at least I know why it was. Anyway, we're gonna check how far we come already, and go to this, go back to the Targa, to the custom scan saving, yes, and go back to the game and press reload. As you can see, the side levers are done, the top ones are done, just like I said, this one here as well. And amazing, also these are done, so we're getting really close. I do have these things here that I still want to do. There are 3 of them, so 3 each side. I have the canards as well in front and the front spoiler. But we're gonna focus on that one for now. But like I say, piece by piece, you'll stitch the car together. So we are looking for a few pieces, but the questions are, where are they? So what I'm gonna do now is go back to this. And what I like to do is just take the rectangular tool, press the backspace because we don't need it anymore. And then start coloring again. So we're gonna take the brown thing, green. Sorry, I thought I had selected brown screen apparently. And then we're gonna search. What have we done? So the best gamble to do this, and yes, I do say gamble, this is gonna be the front splitter. That's 100% certain the front splitter. But for the canards, it will be a difficult one, but I think this one, this one, this one, and maybe that one. Now, continuing, I'm gonna take the red color. And I have no clue what these are, so we're just gonna paint them red. Now we're going to yellow. And we're gonna paint some things yellow. Because, of course, we don't know what are these parts for. And that's sometimes very hard. So after you've done that, go back to save a copy. And press yes. And let's reload this thing. So the blue ones are apparently the bottom canards. The green is the front spoiler. And a part of the red is actually the inside of the mirror and part of the yellow. But they're stitched together to other pieces. So we'll have to figure that one out, but I'm already happy we know where we can do it the front canards. So we make a new layer. I'm gonna call it front splitter. And we gonna take that one again. So let's just zoom in here. Take our polygon tool and start outlining it again. Now you can do this on 2 ways, but you can just select part by part. Let's show what I'm doing now. Or you can just outline the whole section. Don't think that's fully necessary. But make sure you select the front splitter layer. Paint it. Don't mind the green line, that's just from layer 1. Gonna keep it on for now. Go back to the front splitter one. So that people is the front splitter already. Moving on to the next. Just gonna take one more look. We see they're like little canards in front. So we do know these all have to do with front canard parts. So back to the poly tool. Just doing all that. I'm gonna take all of them at once for this one. So like I said, you can take it separately or take more of those things, more parts. But on this one, they're pretty stacked together, so just paint over them like this. These parts are also the little ones, so I'm pretty sure those are counting as well. I'm just gonna take them with me to be sure. If it's not for the front canards, we can just easily use the gum tool and gum tool, eraser tool, whatever you want to call it, and remove them. Anyway, for now, we're gonna test it again. Save a copy again. We do save a lot. Here we go. And press reload. And there we go. The front canards are done and the front splitter. Amazing, ain't it? That's how fast it goes. But we're not there yet. We still have the mirrors to do and those little flappies on the side. So for me, basically seeing already that the mirrors are something a little bit reddish. They can only be a few things. We're gonna zoom out. We see the full picture. Great. So we don't need all the rest, so we're gonna just rectangular tool, press the backspace, and restart coloring. What I'm gonna do now is these look the same, so I'm gonna color these in yellow. I'm gonna switch to the red. And do that. This might be... I think the red ones are on the trunk, to be fair. We'll see it in a second after we save it again. After we save it, we see that the yellow has to do with the spoiler thing, but then the red has to do apparently with the mirror thing, but also with the back inlay, which does not make sense. This gets me thinking like massively, but I'm getting it. So we're gonna zoom in a bit, because I am for now pretty sure if I select my mirrors layer, I will take the best ones. So what I'm gonna do again is like, I'm gonna just paint it and just do an extra save on one piece. There we go. That's still gray. Oops. That's all still gray, but it was nice. We see the inside. Cool. I think that should not happen, but apparently this is like not working for my brain. I'm just gonna remove that one and I'm gonna remove the wireframe for this, because I need to see it a little bit more in detail. I think it's very strange that it just painted one red place and it does not show me. Oh yeah, so the bottom ones are the insides of the mirror. So I was correct. That means we're gonna do this one as well. There we go. Seeing the weird shape of the mirrors makes me think that this looks like a mirror. It's really, yeah, squarey. So there's just a chance of taking instantly the right thing. Like I said, isn't it right? Take the gum tool. So this one. So how did I know it, or how do I know that it is this? It's basically the Lexus has a weird mirror shape. And that's a shape that I don't see anywhere else currently. So that's why I think it is that. Oh. But we'll see instantly once we save it. Just hear my daughter yell, yeah. So she thinks it might be it, even though she's not looking. Here we go. And I was correct. So I got the outside of the mirror, top, bottom, but I don't got the arm, I don't got the side piece. So we're still looking for those. So for the side piece and the arm, that will be these. How do I know, you ask? Yeah, just a gamble. But it just makes sense. Since I put it over there, I mean, gotta have some room where to put it. And that's the door handle, so it's not that one. So on this one, I'm just gonna do this. And I'm gonna take the eraser tool. And I'm gonna remove this one. So let me just remove this. And I just removed the mask layer. So that's why I wanted to do that away. Because that will be the door handle, like I said. If you just look at the shape and look at the shape over there where the red arrow is, it makes sense. But we got that one. But we don't have the inside of that. So then we're gonna go back to the brush tool and select the layer thing. I'm gonna do this. And I'm gonna switch my colors. I'm gonna do this for certainty, even though I say it's the door handle. We're gonna take green as well for this. Maybe take blue for the other piece. So we've got 4 different colors on this. And that's just to basically figure out what is what. The yellow is the door handle. The blue and the red and the green are the arm. I do like the door handle. Maybe I should do carbon as well for once. Yeah, I'm thinking up too loud again. So back to the mirror layer. And we're gonna select all the pieces of the mirrors. Which are all... Oh, they missed the spot. There we go. Just paint it. Great. And same over here. And paint it as well. And I might do a layer for the door handles. Because it looked like pretty nice, to be fair. Never done that. Does not fit my all-time livery that I use, but yeah, you know, it can't hurt. If it isn't working out in the end, we just disable the layer and we never talk about it anymore. Like I said, we're gonna make chaos look like intentional. I'm just gonna yeah, so gonna take my rectangular tool and just clean that first because we don't need that anymore. And those as well, we don't need them anymore. What I do see, and I'm gonna take a separate layer for this one. I'm gonna drag the layer over just above the mask. Reason for that being is I'm gonna take a black color. I'm gonna take that tool, and on the bottom where you see here, now you're gonna be like, Speedy, what the heck is that? That, guys, is the antenna. I just stumbled on it now. I was like, yep, now that I know where it is, gotta take the antenna and paint it dark black. Sweet. So, gonna call that one antenna and be done with that. Now, we still, if you guys remember, we still don't have all those little wing pieces in the side fenders. So we gotta find those, and I have no clue where we will find them. But we gotta take blue, we're gonna take our paintbrush again. So we're gonna take this and this. This, oh, no. Change color. This might be one. And I see that one that I placed it over here. A very strange place. Now I'm gonna take like green again and make those green. Oh. Don't worry about painting over anything else. Oh no. Nope. We're gonna redo all of that. I've made a mistake, guys. So the mistake being I painted over my antenna layer. And we needed to select layer 1. So we're gonna have to do it again. So I was thinking these. We gonna change to blue to select these. Don't be scared, like I said, to paint over it. Doesn't really matter that much. Gonna take red now, and we're gonna paint over these. And this one. After that, we're gonna take another color that we don't have yet, like yellow. I'm gonna paint over these and these. Now for this one, we're gonna save it for a second. I'll just put the wireframe off for now. The masking, so you can get a look already to how it actually looks. Going back to Torga, custom skin, replace it, yes, 32 bits per pixel. And back to the game. Then we press reload, and there we go. So the yellow, the green, the red, the blue, they are all those fins. So amazing, isn't it? How did I guess it was that? Well, they were almost all the same thing. I'm gonna take another layer, put another carbon. I'm gonna call it. Oh, what did I call the other thing? Oh. I'm gonna call it side skirts and lace. There we go. And now the hassle starts of taking all of them. There we go. Boom. What you can do is you can just close off the demo layer. You don't want to see that while you're doing this. Sometimes it might be handy. Going to the other side. Back to the paint bucket tool. And that's this one again. And then the other ones are on the back, if you remember. Let's just check the demo. Yep. Okay. So we're going back to the lasso tool. You can also press L on the keyboard if you really want a shortcut. Press G for the bucket tool. Just go to the left side. As we move along, you're gonna see I'm gonna here and there use some shortcuts. Not too many, because I said I wasn't gonna use many or none. There we go. Take the demo layer again. Oh, that's the pen tool. Lasso tool. It's actually pretty simple for those things. Like lasso tool is L, pen tool is P, bucket is G. Don't know why G stands for bucket, but I didn't make it. Might be for gradient, because the gradient thing we're gonna use later is also in there. There we go. Now we're gonna zoom it out. Is it zoom? Oops. There we go. And that is that. Now we have this one. So I still have to do the front, which I will show you in a few seconds. And for now, I'm gonna remove the wireframe. And yes, we're gonna save it again. So go to Liveries, Targa. Yes, we replace it. Good, and we go back to the game. If everything goes right. We do have one more in there. So somewhere there needs to be another one. Which one would that be? I think I might found him. Let's just try it. But I do have a strong feeling. Yeah, normally I put the wireframe on, guys. Yep. And exactly, like I thought. It was that one. Also, the antenna that we did real quick in black is there. Now, I do want the insides of this hood, like in carbon. That can be like a bit more harder to do, but we're gonna look at it. Yeah, that's not easy. We got my mouse pad over there. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna take my brush tool again, and my demo layer is still on. So let's just clear that part for the demo layer and just paint it. So paint, yes, paint is a brush tool. What I'm doing now is just basically looking on how far I need to go. Once we're done that, we can go back into the game. So yeah, exactly like I expected. So here you have the solution. Either you do the full hood carbon or just pieces. For myself, I don't like fully carbon hoods. I just like parts exposed. But knowing that, I can see the outline, so we're gonna start using the pen tool, which is on the right hand side. And using the pen tool, I'm gonna use the carbon, I'm gonna put a new layer on. And this is actually gonna be like a little bit more harder, because here we're going from point to point, and this is just for me now a little gamble because I did not put on what I should have put it on, which was the wireframe. Then we make a selection of 2 pixels. You can take more. I just take that. Take the paint bucket tool. Let's go with that. And then we're gonna save the copy again and see how it looks. With a pen tool, you can actually line out all the stuff. And apparently that's okay. That's an interesting one. I didn't expect that one. So this car, like one of the other cars actually did, has the part that's laying in there in a separate thing, in a separate part. So that only means one thing for me. So since this is the outside of it, which we will delete, but now you've seen the pen tool. Awkward. So inlay with, and there can only be one thing that is that size, and it's that one. I'm gonna add another one. I'm gonna add lights. Now you're going to be like, what the heck? Yeah, these little things here. I'm 100% sure these are the front lights. Not the front main lights, but the bottom ones. So these are done. Now we're gonna save it again. In the meantime, you will remember it's Targa. Yes, .pga. Going back to the game. Reload it, and yeah, so Those are the fog lights, by the way, on the bottom. And exactly, it was the inlay. So that's what happened as well now. For the lights, we're just gonna do this one again. I do think this also is part of the lights that maybe goes around it. Inlay hoods, we're gonna do that one. Take the lasso tool again. There we go. Paint it one again and save it, because I do want to know if that one piece is the surrounding of the front LED lights that they added on the car. We're going back to that. And yes, it is, because this one is black, this one is gray. But the engine is, in the meantime, done. So going to the lights again, and I'm just gonna take the brush tool for this one, because it's just one little piece. I'm just gonna brush it. There we go. That is that. Also, something I seen, the whole door is black. So, to my frustration, I will take another layer, put it under the antenna, call it door triangle. For example, the door triangle is gonna be this little annoying thing. That is still great. So we're gonna press the color, make it black, take the bucket tool, and paint it. You can always use Ctrl D to end your editing a bit faster. Then you remove the selection once you've done it. Same for this one, bucket tool, paint it, Ctrl D. One you're gonna use a lot. So for that, I'm gonna remove the wireframe, gonna remove the mask, and we're gonna save a copy, liveries, and Targa. Again. Go back to the game, press the reload button, and boom. That is what we have for now already. So this was the carbon episode. So I hope you liked it. This was the first part of the series. In the next part, we are gonna do the colors. I think you basically got like a little idea already. So next one, we're gonna do the gradient type coloring that I do on my cars. And you will be surprised where every color goes. It doesn't go where it should be going. I know that one for sure. And after that, we're also gonna put in the decals. So I hope you liked it so far. If you have any question, hit us up in the comment section. Hit us up in the Discord. I will gladly help you out if something isn't going like you want it to go. Yeah, just hit me up. So hit that like if you liked it, and if you want, subscribe for it. And I'll see you in the final episode for the stickering. Have a good Sunday.